Well, little surprises around every corner, but nothing dangerous. Hold, please. I'm not illuminated quite enough. Okay, so first things first, welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. You're probably wondering, why is Wildcard Wednesday happening on a Tuesday? Well, the answer to that is because Wildcard Wednesday is such a wild card of a show that it can just jump days. And it's happening on a Tuesday this week, and that's just the way that things are going to be. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Welcome, everybody on the replay. You probably noticed a few things. One of them is that I'm sitting right here at my desk for Wildcard Wednesday, which last week, not that it's a huge deal, but last week I was sitting on the couch. I think we're going to keep it on the desk here. You probably also noticed that I'm wearing headphones today. Yeah, are we bringing back Tuesday Bro Tuesday? All right. Welcome to Tuesday Bro Tuesday. I just need to think of a new name, a new logo, new bumpers, things like that. We're going to be doing chats as they come along. We're going to be doing super chats as they come along. And the topic that we're discussing today, I'm sorry, let me get one drink of water in me because I feel like I need hydration in my life, but I just keep talking and then holding the water bottle. Thomas Crow, all the Willy Wonka quotes today. So here's the thing. This show, this Wildcard Wednesday, this Tuesday Bro Tuesday is about to get a lot more fun. It's about to get a lot more interactive. So the topic that we're going to be discussing today is the No Nicotine documentary, trailer, movie. I mean, the movie's not out yet, so we can't quite say anything in concrete about the movie until the movie comes out. But there just seems to be some interesting dialogues, I guess, happening on the internet, on YouTube, and on Twitter. And I would just honestly, really love to get people's thoughts. I would honestly like to get people's thoughts. Hang on one sec. Where is this? There it is. I would honestly like to get people's thoughts on this subject. So what I have morphed this show, it is Tuesday, my dudes, Vinyl and Vapor. I know, it was a teaser. Thank you, Roman, for the correction. It was a teaser, not a trailer. There is a full trailer still coming out, I believe. So what we're going to test drive today is I'm going to experiment with the ability for people to just call into the show to discuss this particular topic of the day. The topic of the day is the No Nicotine film, and I want to hear from you guys. And so I've kind of created the ability to do that. I'm hoping that everything just runs as smoothly as it possibly can, but I'm just going to put the number out there right now, and I'm not joking. This is a call-in show. So call this number. You're going to be put on hold. You're going to be put in a queue, and we'll get to you when we get to you. I don't want to try. I'm going to put it out there in just one moment, John Haymaker. I feel like some people are pretty excited, pretty chomping at the bit to call this number. Wildcard Tuesday doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Jason Mamba, very gracious of you, sir. Yo-Yoy ripping fat clouds on Mapuma. That nicotine movie looks anti-vaping. I'm on the fence. Thank you, Joe, for being the first person to chime in on the nicotine movie. The nicotine movie looks anti-vaping. See, Joe, this is why I need to get you on the phone so we can continue to have this conversation. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put the number out there, and I'm going to see what happens. I don't know if the software is going to hold up. I don't know if the stream's going to hold up. I don't want 8,000 people calling at once. But today's topic, the only topic of discussion, we're keeping this short and sweet, the No Nicotine teaser trailer. What do you think? What have you heard? Where are you standing on it? I'll be chiming in this, that, and the other. I'm going to be reading some comments off of Twitter as well because I asked on Twitter for the same thing. But I'm interested. I'm interested to see people's reactions to this particular trailer. Okay, so I'm going to put the number out there now. I think Eric wanted to be the first caller, but that's okay. I'm going to put the number out there now. So if anybody wants to call and talk about the trailer, talk about the teaser, we can do that now. There's the number right there. 914-338-1988. That number is 914-338-1988. Call in and talk. Call in and give me your thoughts on the no nicotine. Now, I'm going to say, while we're waiting for anybody to call, and you know, that might be the way it goes. Maybe just nobody calls. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm going to say that was a real interesting teaser trailer. I kind of was a little surprised by it. It instantly made me completely fascinated. Based on, I knew I wanted to see the movie before, just because of who's doing it and who's behind it and what the subject matter is. But seeing the teaser trailer really made me want to see the movie a lot more. A lot more. All right, so we got the first caller of the show on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Caller in the 504 area code. You're on the air, and who am I talking to?
I guess the YouTube name would be Big Easy. My name is Landon. I'm from New Orleans. We met one time at the VPX in New Orleans.
Oh, awesome. Well, good to meet you, Landon. How are you doing? What have you seen this trailer? What do you think about the no nicotine teaser trailer?
Unfortunately, I have not seen the trailer, but because reading the chat and seeing what people are saying about it, it's not sounding too good.
Yeah, it's kind of divisive. It's kind of dividing a lot of people on the subject. Do you know a lot about nicotine, or is this going to be something that is going to educate you, this movie about nicotine?
Well, in doing DIY juices way back in the past and stuff like that, working at a few vape shops, I feel like I thought I knew what nicotine was, but to be honest with you, I'm actually uneducated, so I don't know, deep into what nicotine is, but I'm definitely interested.
Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Let me ask you this before we go. Are you planning on seeing the movie when it comes out?
I guess I am. Maybe in my own ways, but maybe not in the theater, but maybe.
Okay. Well, I accept that. Cautious optimism, maybe a little bit of skepticism in there. I get that, and I appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to let you go, sir. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And we're going to go. Right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Landon. Thank you so much for chiming in. Not sure of nicotine. I think there's a lot of people out there in the world that are. Yeah, exactly. Watch the trailer first. Watch the teaser trailer first. Am I talking like Dr. Evil, Lance? Do I sound like I'm talking to Dr. Evil? All right. Well, we got another caller here. Caller in the 613 area code. You're on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
You're talking to Matt Wilson. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Matt Wilson. How are you? Have you seen this teaser trailer?
I have, and I'm calling from Canada. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's going to be very anti-vaping.
Okay.
And the problem is not everybody who vapes uses nicotine. I know it's a great way to stop people from smoking, but I am one fat guy, and I use things like fruit flavors and candy flavors. I use it as an appetite suppressant.
Okay.
I get the taste in my mouth, and instead of eating, I'm just blowing out vapor.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic.
So I think,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, and I think the fact that when people come up with the stuff, they're not considering the whole picture, and the whole picture needs to be told. And even though, yes, there is nicotine in the vast majority of liquids sold, not everybody is using it for anti-smoking, which I'm all for. I mean, I have a buddy who's quit for years now using vaping. I've been vaping and building since the Velocity came up, the original Velocity. So, I mean, I've been building for a while, and I haven't had a touch of nicotine.
Okay. And so that's great. So you vape, you don't use nicotine, you use the flavorings as sort of an appetite fulfillment thing. And I think that's really great. And you have friends that have quit smoking using nicotine, and they continue to use nicotine as a vapor?
My stepmother as well. So, yeah, and brother.
Okay. So it's a movie about the subject of the movie is nicotine. It's
Nicotine,
not necessarily,
right. Which
it's not,
I honestly gotta be very one-sided.
okay.
I think it's very close to being propaganda.
Okay, and this is just based on the teaser trailer that we've all seen. You're falling into you feel like it might be a little bit of a propaganda thing going on.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. What in the teaser trailer, because it's real short, they don't give you a lot of data, they don't give you a lot of information. What in the teaser
it's not
trailer,
a lot.
What in the teaser trailer kind of made you, what was a red flag in the teaser trailer there?
It's kind of like when people say, I don't like the look of that person. It just, there's something, the way that the information was presented almost demonized nicotine, which, I mean, really, one cigarette is about the same, when you put in the nicotine, is about the same as a cup of coffee in terms of stimulant value. So It's not really anything but a stimulant. And stimulants are being demonized by people because we're on such a health kick right now with other people.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. I didn't personally get that vibe from the trailer, but I can see that, and I definitely agree with you that these vices that people have, things like caffeine or coffee or nicotine or even cocktails or beer or alcohol or things like that, are really, just because of the way we are in the world right now, they are really getting vilified and demonized. And I'm a freedom guy.
Absolutely.
I'm a freedom guy first and foremost. And I think that if you're an adult, you should be able to just pick up nicotine and use it if you want to, and you're an adult. I definitely believe that.
Especially in Canada now that cannabis has been legalized, we're trusting adults more to make the decisions for themselves.
Yeah. And I think that's a great thing. And cannabis kind of changes the whole argument in a different direction a little bit anyway, because cannabis kind of changes the whole market and changes kind of the whole mindset of people, like what's acceptable to do and what you're okay with letting another person do that you may not agree with, if that makes sense.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, very cool. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get to another call here. Thank you so much for calling in. Let me ask you this before we go. Are you planning on seeing the film?
Nick. Yeah, and shout out to Ruby Roo.
Yes, we're definitely going to shout out to Ruby Roo. Definitely, 100%.
Awesome.
Very
Thanks,
cool.
Nick.
Thank you so much for calling in. Well, I'll talk to you soon. All right. Very cool. Very cool. I mean, it's a lot of interest. I know I've heard a lot of people say similar things, that they think they feel like the trailer is kind of, it's a little bit sensationalized, isn't it? But at the end of the day, we haven't seen the movie yet because it doesn't exist yet. So all of this judgment that we're passing is based on maybe what we see on social media, maybe what we see on Twitter, maybe what we see in the teaser trailer. Anyway, I'm going to get to another call here. I have a caller in the 443 area code. Welcome to Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
It's Joe Mamba. What's up, Nick?
What's going on, Joe? So this movie, what do you think about this teaser trailer, Joe?
So the movie was brought to my attention by your stream, and when I went over to watch it, I was like, GrimmGreen just did me a bamboozle because it doesn't look pro-vaping. And I think they get the little kids out there and they talk about their use of nicotine and whatnot.
Sure.
But, nicotine is created by plants to kill bugs. It's a pesticide,
right?
First and foremost.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to be the devil's advocate and say at least it's good to get this information out.
Okay.
Because even though I'm a freedom guy, I'm also a freedom of information guy.
Yes.
And when I first started using nicotine, I didn't have all the facts.
Yes.
I knew what cigarettes did, but I didn't know what nicotine does.
Right.
So it's just getting the information out there without an agenda. If he does this plays both sides of the field and sticks with no agenda and just does nicotine facts and then backs up those facts with research that isn't paid for by one side or the other. I think it could be a good thing to let adults make a decision of what they want to put in their body.
Yeah, yes, I absolutely do agree with you 100% on basically all of that. So I'm assuming you're a vapor, Joe?
Yeah, I've been vaping for 2 years now. I quit smoking.
Oh, awesome. And I'm assuming you vape nicotine as well.
Yeah, 3 milligrams of the free base. I don't like the salt nic because it gives me a buzz.
Yeah, me neither. I'm in the same boot. I like 3 milligram. I like 6 milligram. I even go up to 12 sometimes in my mouth to lung stuff. But so when you started vaping, did you personally look into nicotine to kind of maybe research a little bit more about it? This new thing that you're doing with vaping and consuming all this nicotine. Did you look into nicotine personally when you started vaping?
No, I didn't look into nicotine, but I knew enough about it because I live in a rural part of Pennsylvania on the Maryland line, and a lot of Amish work with tobacco here, and they won't let you they won't let you pick tobacco till you're 14 or 15 because it will leach through your skin and make you violently ill. So you have to be of a certain weight and height and age before they'll even let you mess with the tobacco leaves because of nicotine. So I knew what it was.
Wow.
But what it's doing to my body, I have no idea.
Wow. I had no idea about that. There's an age limit for picking tobacco? Yeah,
if you get a child out there and they're working in that heat with the nicotine, it has a very high potential of actually killing them.
Wow. That is bananas.
It's just doing its job, though. It's doing exactly what nicotine's supposed to do, and that's kill anything that's trying to harm the plant.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay. Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate that, Joe. Let me ask you this before we go. Are you going to watch the movie when it comes out? Are you planning on watching it?
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable commenting on it completely until I've watched it.
Yeah.
Once I've seen it, and if you do this again, I'll call you back and tell you what I thought.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do a You Don't Know Nicotine aftermath. Maybe a week after the movie comes out, we'll all come back and see where we're at with the film. I think that sounds like a good idea, Joe. Anyway,
yeah, good, man. Keep it real. Have a good one.
I appreciate that, Joe. I'm sorry I cut you off way too early there, Joe. I do appreciate that. I had no idea. I'm assuming tobacco farmers would use some sort of PPE, gloves or something, I guess, if you're walking and you can't protect yourself and the nicotine will leach into you and make you violently ill. That's kind of ridiculous. I had a super chat here from Cloudy Kiwi, out of New Zealand, Cloudy Kiwi. I'd like to think there is a smart marketing play. If it can be pitched as a movie that provides some factual information that vapors won't like, it might just reach a wider audience as intended. Yeah, okay. Interesting thoughts there, Cloudy Kiwi. I appreciate you chiming in there. Yeah, so it sounds like people are kind of on the fence about this film so far based on one teaser trailer. That's bananas. I'm going to go to another call here. We have a call in the 701 area code. Welcome to Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
This is Tom.
Tom, how are you, Tom? You want to turn down your computer there in the background a little bit?
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah.
So, I like the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the trailer.
Okay.
And treat the teaser.
Teaser trailer.
And
teaser.
I supported the teaser.
Uh-huh.
I supported the movie. I want to see the movie, and I see where he's going with it. Like, if you have a bunch of people that are against something and you want them to understand more, then you're going to talk to them at the level that they're at.
Yes.
Because if you just go at it with, oh, this is what we're doing and vaping is good and everything like that, then they're not going to talk to you.
Yes, 100%. 100% I agree with you. And that's more or less the tactic that I feel like that Aaron is doing, because you can't just have a movie and say, hey, this is a movie about nicotine. It's a vaping documentary. no one's going to talk to you. The Surgeon General of the United States isn't going to talk to you. There's certain anti-groups that we want information from that they're not going to talk to you. I feel like they wouldn't take it as seriously.
Exactly. And if it's like talking to someone that doesn't like shoes, if you try and push it on them, they're still not going to like it.
Yeah, they're just going to hate shoes even more.
You have to listen. Exactly. You have to listen to both sides, or else there's not going to be anything going from it.
Yeah. Well, I think I get the feeling that No Nicotine and Aaron are in search of facts and the truth about nicotine, and I don't think it's like a picking type of sides thing. I think they're just looking for the truth. At least that's the feeling that I get from it.
Exactly. That's what I got.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, great. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get to another call. I appreciate that very much.
Yep, no problem.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. I have another caller here in the 602 area code. Topic of discussion today is the No Nicotine teaser trailer. Caller in the 602 area code. You're on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Nick, this is Mark, AZ Advocate.
Mark, how are you, Mark?
We've talked a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm working out here in Arizona, and I did a quick check on the trailer from your link. And I think in my discussions with you, I work with kids a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is more directed toward kids from what I saw in the trailer. And, I started smoking at 12, and I finally quit smoking by taking a patch off my arm in the hospital when they said nicotine was delaying healing after having my leg cut off. So that's what really got me off of cigarettes and off of nicotine. I do vape, but I vape zero.
Okay.
But the what I felt the video really directed was toward kids, and any conversation that I have with people and legislators and those type of things are, where are the parents with this?
Yeah.
At what point are the parents? They can't be hiding it from the parents that much. I know, back in when I was 12 and got caught smoking, I had to smoke half a pack of Marlboro Reds in front of my father, to try to, get me away from it. It didn't work, but at some point the parents have to. I think the parents have to be involved with this. If they're getting caught at school, the parents need to do something about it. And I know in Arizona they were trying to make the laws stronger so the schools could do something. So, just based on just the trailer only, it looks like it's directed toward kids. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping it comes out with more information. Again, I smoke I vape zero nic, just because of my healing process that I'm going through. Missing a leg here, but that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, Mark, that you have friends, acquaintances, people that have quit smoking, using vaping and nicotine as well?
Yes, I've been able to get a couple of people off of it that I've known by just saying, this has helped me. Zero nic is out there available if you want to. Start out, let's say at, 6 and then drop down to 3 and then finally 0.
Yeah.
I was just lucky enough to be in the hospital for 50 days, so I already went through all the withdrawals, so I didn't have to go through all that. So, but I still needed something in my hand, I find when I got home, I would get on the phone and look for something to put in my hand or be on the computer or that type of thing. So that's, the vaping was that avenue.
Yeah. Well, I think that's very interesting. So you think it's kind of more directed towards youths as far as educating youths about nicotine? I feel like it's maybe both youths. I think it's really for adults, this movie. I think it's for adults because there's a lot of adults, like otherwise rational people, that feel that say that nicotine's a carcinogen. And we know that's wrong, and the science says that that's wrong, but there's people that still believe it. I feel like this movie might educate a lot of people.
Wife. My wife is in the healthcare field as well, and the only way that she would allow me to vape is zero nicotine because she felt nicotine was the cause of all the issues that I have, and it really isn't. It was arthrosis and smoking and the tar and everything else.
Yeah.
So, but my promise to her was zero nicotine. So,
yeah.
But I even had a home health nurse when I said I was vaping. She says, "Oh my God, that's so bad for you because of the nicotine." And I go, "I use zero nic," and she goes, "They have it as zero nicotine." You know, so there are people in the healthcare field that don't even know it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's very interesting, Mark. That's very interesting. Well, let me ask you one more question before we go. You're going to see the movie when it comes out? Yeah. A little
I may take a look at it and see what
it's... Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it because of the advocacy that I try to do here in Arizona, because what I saw down at the legislature, at the time I couldn't go down physically, but I was able to watch it, and there are legislators that I know that I was able to talk with. And down there it was more directed toward, well, this is now available for kids, and we need to stop it altogether because it goes to kids. And so I had to try to educate and say, no, that's not the case.
Interesting. All right. Well, Mark, I'm familiar with you, the AZ Vapor Advocate. But thank you so much for calling in. Keep up the good work in Arizona. I'll talk at you later, bro.
All right. Thanks a lot.
See you later.
Take care.
All right, Mark. Yeah, Mark, I'm familiar with Mark out there, AZ Vapor Advocate. I'm going to check to see if there's any... What am I missing in the chat? What are you guys yelling about over here? I missed all of this. Bad thing about taking calls is that most of the callers are not very articulate. Well, this is general public. If you want to be more articulate, then I'll let you. Then you can. You're more than welcome to call in as well. Maryland passed Tobacco 21 as well as not being interesting. Maryland just passed Tobacco 21. Well, the topic of the day, I think we're going to go about another half hour. The topic of the day is the You Don't Know Nicotine trailer, the teaser trailer. Thoughts, reactions to it. Community and the industry in general seem pretty divided on it, so I'm just trying to put the feelers out there and see what's going on. I have a caller in the 845 area code. You're on Wildcard Tuesday, bro. Tuesday. Who am I talking to? Anybody there? Yeah, right. You're gone. I got a caller in the 734. No, I got a caller in the 740 area code. You are on Wildcard Tuesday, bro. Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Hi, this is Logan Fair.
Logan, how are you, Logan?
How's it going, Nick?
Doing really good. What do you think about this teaser? What good? What do you think about this teaser, man?
I'm 50-50 on it, man. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's going to be interesting. I think knowledge is power. I mean, it never hurts us to learn more about what's going into our body.
Yeah, but I absolutely agree. And I mean, this is something I've said in the past. I said this, multiple times in the past. Whenever something gets brought up about, it causes heart attacks, or it can, and popcorn lung, and all of these conditions that they try to kind of create. I want to know, because I'm using this every single day. I'm using vapor products every single day. I want to know what's going into my body, as factually and truthfully as possible.
Exactly. I mean, you can't. It never hurts us to know. I mean, what we're doing, and I mean, it seems like it could go either way. I mean, they could go super, I hate vaping, or they could, and I mean, they could say it's actually a healthy alternative and go with the facts. But yeah. I mean, you never know until we see the movie.
Well, I mean, and it's going to be interesting. It's kind of just interesting hearing people's preconceptions about it, because vaping, I mean, you just mentioned vaping, and people mention vaping a lot, but the movie is You Don't Know Nicotine. And it's not You Don't Know Vaping, or Vaping is the Thing, or We're Here to Talk About Vaping. It's literally a documentary just about the topic of nicotine.
Yeah, just learning it, cigarettes, tobacco, everything.
Yeah, everything. And vaping, when we talk about vaping, that's really just, I mean, you know this, I know this. It's just that's just the delivery method of it, right? It's a real broad term, vaping is. All right, well.
Yeah, and it's actually, it's a completely healthier way to get your nicotine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Harm reduction, I'm all on board with it. I am, Logan. All right, well, before we go, Logan, let me ask you, are you going to see the movie when it comes out?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be real interesting. All right, Logan. Well, thank you so much for calling in, bud. I'll see you on the Twitter there. All right, Logan. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna go to another Logan Exhales. He's over there on the Twitter. We got another call here. Topic of the day is the You Don't Know Nicotine teaser. Woo! People are panicking. Got a caller in the 734 area code. You are on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
This is Tyler.
This is Tyler. How you doing today, Tyler? Have you seen this teaser trailer?
I have. I just watched the teaser trailer, and I feel like it's definitely geared towards learning. It's knowledge is power, and I think this is more towards the adults that are vaping that don't know what they're putting into their body.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a real interesting take. What did you think of the teaser? Do you feel like it was swaying in a certain direction, or do you think it was just fancy marketing like they're talking about? How do you feel about that?
I think it was more. It was swinging towards nicotine because that's what everybody's doing, or vaping. Sorry, because that's what everybody's doing. It's the new big thing, and not everybody knows everything about it.
Yeah. Are you?
But I feel like it's also geared towards smoking.
Yeah. Are you a vapor, Tyler?
Yes, I am. I've been vaping for a little over a year.
Oh, fantastic! Right on. I'm assuming you use nicotine as well.
Yes.
Awesome. Did you, when you started vaping, did you do any research into nicotine? Like look into it to see, like, okay, what am I putting in my body now?
Nicotine, no. Vaping, yes. I did some very cursory research about it.
All right. Well,
just kind of looked in, see, and like I said, there's not a lot that was known at the time, and there still isn't.
Yeah. Well, I think this movie is going to be a real eye opener. I think it's going to be real educational for a lot of people. Before we go, Tyler, are you going to see the movie? No, You Don't Know Nicotine when it comes out?
Yes, I plan on seeing the movie.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Tyler. Well, thank you so much for calling in, man. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get to some more calls here. But, yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. Big fan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tyler. I really appreciate that, man. It sounds like most everybody so far is pretty optimistic about it. As far as kind of no matter how people feel about it, I feel like at least people are going to give it a chance and maybe go see it. Interesting. Mowgli Vapes, I see you there in the chat. He says, Aaron cuddles Pave on Twitter. And so I've seen that. I've seen that too, Mowgli Vapes. I think that's real interesting. Pave is one of these, rich, motherly type of organizations, Parents Against Vaping, e-cigarettes, vaping and e-cigarettes, or something like that. They don't have very many followers, but they constantly get engaged with on Twitter. Every time they tweet something, everybody kind of goes bananas, and nobody was really a big fan of Pave. There's a few people, like on Twitter, Pave, people get at odds with, and there's a few people that on Twitter, it seems that the You Don't Know Nicotine Twitter account has kind of been being friendly with, reaching out to, things like that. I think it's real interesting. He has been cuddling up to Pave a little bit there on the Twitter. I'm going to go to another call here. I feel like we got plenty of time. Caller in the 765 area code. You are on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Yeah, this is Lance.
Lance. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Lance. Have you seen this? Have you seen this teaser trailer? What do you think of it?
I did just watch it, and at first I was taken a bit aback by its tone. It seemed to be really aggressive and anti-nicotine, anti-vaping. And one thing that someone had mentioned earlier in one of the previous calls is that in order to maybe attract an audience that may not be educated about vaping or about nicotine use, that they have to use those kind of tactics to try to pull them in. And I think that's a really good point. Yeah. And I think one of the things I wanted to say is that I know there's a lot of concern about teen vaping and kids vaping, and people bring up the argument about alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. These things are all out there, and kids can get them, and there's not the huge push, and it's not a quote-unquote epidemic of teen drinking or teen cigarette smoking. It's vaping, and they talk about the flavors and things like that. Well, I guess my take on that is that in order to get people to switch from cigarettes, sometimes you got to sweeten the pot a little bit. You got to have some kind of incentive to do that, and to have flavors is a big deal to get people to quit. Unfortunately, the side effect of that is that that kids like flavors too, and it's it's going to really come down to educating people, letting parents make informed choices. And if this documentary, this film, is going to open those lines of communication and educate people about it, and how it's helped people not smoke, and save lives that way, there might be some more tolerance and understanding that way. And then lastly, I guess one thing I've noticed here lately in just the vaping community is I see a lot of people that were pretty hardcore vapors. They got their mechs and their big cloud machines. Yeah. But I see a lot of them moving towards pods. They're selling off their high-end gear. They're moving towards more discreet stuff. They're kind of meeting people more than halfway. There's people getting annoyed by people blowing out huge clouds. Sure, okay, well, then if we have to go to pods to get it, I guess, to appease them, I guess that's one way of doing that. But
well, and everybody kind of vapes, in a different way, I guess. If we all enjoyed the same things, the vape world would be a real boring place. I love mechs, I love RDAs, I love RTAs, but I've been doing this a long time, and I'm invested in it, and I'm like a hobbyist vapor, so I get geeked out and I nerd about like when new stuff comes out. But at the end of the day, vaping, I think, is just a means to an end for people. So when people get something that they really like, it can really use, they kind of get blinders on for that one thing that's keeping them off of cigarettes, and that's just another kind of side of vaping. That's what people use it for. Not everybody's going to jump in and want a stacked tube mech, with a series build on it right out of the gate.
Right.
Right.
All right. Right. So I guess if people see that there's so many different ways to vape, and that everybody, like you said, they have that way of getting them off the cigarettes. There's all different kinds of vaping, and if that comes out in it, then I'll be happy. And yes, I am gonna watch it.
All right, Lance. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in, Lance. You take care. You're welcome to call in anytime you'd like to. I'm gonna go to another call here in the 609 area code. You are on Wildcard. What are we calling this? Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to? Anybody there?
Hey, Jordan from New Jersey.
Jordan from New Jersey. How are you doing, Jordan from New Jersey?
Oh, I'm good. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing very well today. Have you seen this You Don't Know Nicotine teaser trailer?
Yeah. I watched it a couple hours ago, actually.
What do you think about it?
Well, I hate to be like a little bit redundant. Sorry, like my mind was a bit in and out throughout the past calls, but
all good.
I do appreciate that it's kind of going towards the teen vaping epidemic, as some people call it, because as we all know that there's a lot of underage people using vapor products, and I think that it's about time that the government takes a stance on that. And it's good that this video is coming out to bring that to the attention to the public.
Absolutely. I think it would be silly and irresponsible on the part of anybody in the industry to try to claim that youths aren't at least picking up and experimenting with vaping. I mean, a lot of us, myself included, I picked up and experimented with cigarettes when I was 13 years old. The youths have never had anything like this before. The youths have never had a battery-powered, LED lit up, flavored, fog exhaling machine. It's just never existed before. And so, of course,
and in the age of technology, it's kind of like
it
would be weird if kids weren't at least a little bit interested in it.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that you bring up a good point, Jordan, with technology. One of my main things, I think, that why youths are picking up this is because it is like a piece of technology. And, you know, we've been raised our whole life to, like, you know, respect technology, admire your smartphone and admire your tablet and respect your computer. And we love technology. And this vapor producing technology is just that. It's another technology that people are going to be interested in, that people are going to want to, you know, they're curious about. They're going to want to fiddle around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
I think that's a great,
point. It's just weird because, my stance on nicotine is a little bit convoluted.
Okay.
Only because I do have like my own place in the vaping industry. I am a bit of a hobbyist.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because at the age of 25, a lot of my friends aren't really into vaping.
Yeah.
They're actually more pod users.
Sure.
I'm the only one with like RDAs, mods, mech mods, and all that.
Oh, okay.
But I also have.
So you're the only one really
enjoying
vaping there between you and your friends. You're the only one having fun.
Yeah, they have like mods and stuff, but they're not really into like the new stuff or learning about like the best way to vape.
I get you.
If you know what I mean.
I get you.
Yeah, but I also have an educational background in like human physiology. That's what I did in college.
Oh, interesting.
And we all know that like tobacco is the number one most harmful part of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's the main carcinogenic component of cigarettes. But
combustion.
I also learned in the past that nicotine does have some harmful effects. So it's good that this movie is coming out to bring those things to light for people who aren't already smoking.
Right.
But, you know, just like alcohol is harmful to the body, like most importantly the liver, it's in a way okay that nicotine is harmful to the body as well. You know, it's America, free country. We can put whatever we want into our bodies.
Yeah. You know what? I completely agree with you. I'm a freedom guy as well. And, you know, this is also something I've talked about in the past. The Royal College of Physicians and these doctors aren't saying that vaping and nicotine are 100%, you know, safe, like 100% benign.
Yeah, that's something that most people don't really understand, you know?
Yeah.
Like they think that we think that it's just 100% safe. No.
Right.
We don't think that.
Of course not. We couldn't possibly think that because there's nothing in the world that is 100% safe. But as we've come back to many times, as a free adult, I should be able to get to decide what harm or not harm that I'm going to do to my body. If I want to ride a motorcycle, I should be able to without someone telling me they're more dangerous than cars, which, yes, they are, but that's for the person to decide, not for lawmakers and legislators to decide.
Yeah, and if they want to like regulate it just a little bit, then that's totally fine. But to take it away from us completely, especially with the risk of us going back to traditional cigarettes, I think that's completely absurd.
Absurd. I agree with you, Jordan. Well, thank you so much for calling in, brother. I'm going to get to another call. I really appreciate that, Jordan. Really appreciate that. Really interesting. You know, it's nice to talk to people that are freedom people. I'm a freedom guy. Exactly. PSS. Vaping is harm reduction, not harm elimination. The only way to eliminate all harm from your life is to die. And that is a dark, dark path. We shouldn't be pushing vaping to those who don't smoke. Smokers are already getting nicotine. We need to be talking about the fact that if they get nicotine from vapor, it's far less harmful delivery. James Jarvis, I could not agree with you more. I do mostly agree with you when you say you shouldn't be pushing people towards vaping who don't smoke. I don't think that's for us to decide. I think that we just put the technology there and we let adults make their own decisions. And we make sure that they're educated on what they're getting in their body. And I'm thinking that this, we'll see this nicotine documentary. Got a lot of people waiting on the phone lines, and we're definitely not going to get to everybody today, but we're going to try it best we can. Caller in the 252 area code, you are on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
This is Jennifer Winstead.
Jennifer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jennifer. How are you today?
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking on my car speakers. So I was making sure you could hear me.
I can hear you. Have you seen this teaser trailer, Jennifer? What do you think of it?
watched the teaser trailer, and it alarmed me a little bit because the main things on it were the children and some of the, things that the ants have been putting out there. But at the same time, I wasn't sure where he was going with it. So I figured that maybe he was just showing the things that have been said about nicotine and then saying, I don't know nicotine. I'm not sure how I feel about his relationship currently with the, the verdict is still out how I feel about Pave.
Okay.
But, that's not for me to say. Definitely has made it to where I do want to watch the movie because I want to know what he's going to actually document out there.
Yeah. I think
the movie, first off, I'm aware the movie is not about vaping.
Right. Not about vaping.
It's not about vaping. It's about nicotine.
Yes, 100%. Nicotine
I'm
documentary.
a veteran mixer, so I've been mixing since 2010, 2011.
Okay.
So, as a mixer, I find that most DIY mixers or mixers for the industry, we're a lot more educated than the average vapor. We understand what nicotine does. We do a lot of research. We're more than just fiddlers. We're like, we want to know. And some of us got into mixing not just because we didn't know what the heck was in the juice out there. And back in 2010, 2011, there was gas station juices and a lot of stuff didn't taste great. There was a lot of experimenting and the shit just was not good.
Not good. I agree.
So with that in mind, I did do my homework. I know that nicotine is addictive. I know that the carcinogens in cigarettes is what kills you, not the actual nicotine. I also know that there have been studies on Alzheimer's and memory and other things having to do that are positive about nicotine. So as long as his perspective of it is wide open like that, I'm willing to understand it. I just hope he doesn't go down the path of just taking sides with the people that are trying to harm vaping, because at the end of the day, nicotine might be addictive, but I used to smoke a pack and a half a day. My husband used to smoke 2 packs a day. We don't smoke anymore. It's been over 10 years. We're a lot healthier than we ever were.
Awesome.
I'm still mixing. I convert people on a weekly, daily basis. I mean, I can tailor their juice to their liking. I'm not saying that everybody needs to go out there and mix juice because we want the shops out there, man.
Yeah.
Maybe the only thing that I hope for this movie is that he's able to show that shops are the most responsible places to pick up your e-liquid and your vapor devices. Yeah. Because they're responsible. They care about their business. Each small business owner cares about their location. Yeah. Versus, big commercial locations. However, this is America. I don't care. Sell it every darn where. But if you're gonna talk about nicotine, make sure you point out just how many lives it can actually save to have the appropriate delivery device.
Yeah. So you're going into this movie, and I'm assuming you're going to see this film. You're going into this movie already very educated about nicotine. You're well aware of it, of what it does, of the molecules themselves. So you're going in already armed with information and knowledge.
That's exactly right. A lot of reading, a lot of research. I mean, I know down to what kind of PG and VG needs to be in your liquid, what lipids shouldn't be in flavors, what the harmful chemicals are that, people don't know enough about their liquids. And that's kind of scary. Yeah. But at the same, cinnamaldehydes, one of the things. But if you keep up with things like Dr. Farsolino, Phil and Demi are great at putting information out there.
Yep, big fans.
I mean, there's so much information, and vapors in general, no matter whether you're newbie or even people who've been doing it a long time, don't generally do the amount of research that DIYers do. And that's nothing wrong with it, because as long as they're not smoking, that's all I care about.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Jennifer, with your thoughts. Keep mixing. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right.
I will. Well, keep converting people. That's my goal.
Keep converting people. Keep recruiting. We need it. I appreciate that, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for calling in. Yeah, Jennifer, very well educated, very smart. Seems like, I agree with you, Mowgli Vapes. She really does know her stuff. Dr. Farsalinos will be on the Smokers Show tonight on P. Basardo's YouTube channel. Mowgli Vapes, what time is that going to happen? Because that's something that I would definitely like to watch. I would definitely like to watch. You know, and we have this movie coming out, You Don't Know Nicotine. Maybe, Jennifer, maybe we can do a documentary called You Don't Know Your E-Liquid. We could just have it just be on YouTube. I'm going to try to get to at least one or two more calls before we end this Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. I think we're just going to go with Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. I like that. I'm going to bring it back. We're bringing back Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. But the topic today is the You Don't Know Nicotine teaser trailer. What do you think about it? I got a caller here in the 267 area code. You are on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Nick, it's Vape Ross Vape. How's it going today?
Vape Ross Vape. How are you doing? I'm doing well.
I'm doing well. Hey, the issue I have is not so much with the movie or the teaser trailer.
Okay.
It's just the way that Aaron's been handling his business so far about this movie.
Okay.
First off, he launches at Vapors Carnival, which is a big vape bash.
Yeah.
One of the most hardcore ones they have. And he does his fundraising there. He opens it up there.
Yeah.
And now he's running one of the most anti-vaping Twitter feeds there is. Right now I'm staring at how do you stop vaping? A poll. Ban flavors, ban vaping, stronger enforcement. Also, he's retweeting tobacco-free kids.
Back up to that poll. Let's back up to that poll real fast. That poll, what about that poll is anti-vaping?
Well, he's asking, what's the best way to stop kids from vaping?
Right.
Ban flavors, ban vaping, raise minimum age. Another thing he has here.
Wait. I still don't understand this. Hang on, Vape Ross Vape. We're going back. We're using this poll as an ammunition that he's anti-vaping, but I don't see it in the poll.
No, I mean all you have to do is take a quick look down his Twitter feed. The You Don't Know Nicotine Twitter feed. It's every kid that accidentally got sick with nicotine. It's those poor kids that vaped that cannabis that wound up in the hospital.
Right.
It's the PAVE groups.
Yeah.
It's everything else. It's everything that our enemies are using against us in vaping. He accepts $1.2 million from a tobacco-funded charity for his company. It's just these very bad taste in my mouth.
Okay.
As far as his tactics
so
have been about.
I don't know
he
about
spent many months in our community.
Okay.
He spent many months in our community hanging it on every vape show there was, from Suck My Ma to other shows like that.
Okay.
You know, he seemed like a friend of the community. And now all you have to do is take a walk down his Twitter feed and just get completely infuriated. He takes $1.2 million from, what's the name of that charity?
Where's this $1.2 million thing coming from? Where's that coming from? What's that?
He received it from the Smoke Free World Foundation.
Okay.
His company received it from the Smoke Free World Foundation, which is funded by, I think it's Philip Morris.
Okay.
Right? He also said in the email that he sent to all the people that were following him in the Billion Lives that the Melissa Gates, Bill and Melissa Gates Foundation and Bloomberg were going to be joining that organization too, but nobody else followed it. It's just these very bad tastes in my mouth. That's all. It's not the movie. It's not the taste.
So it's not so much the movie. It's not so much.
Perspective.
You feel like he's handled it poorly. It's not sitting right with you.
Not at all.
And his Twitter feed as well. Interesting. And
it's just not. If you go through his Twitter feed, I think you'll see plenty of anti-vaping propaganda in that Twitter feed. It's everything that every advocate for this community has been fighting against. Nobody wants kids to vape, but we want the parents to be around to take care of these kids.
Correct.
So we don't need someone like Aaron to come pretend he's joining our community and then turn around and stab us in the back like I believe he did. Now, this movie hasn't come out, so I could be wrong. And Nick, I'll call you back and say, hey, man, I was wrong, and I apologize to everybody. But just from what I'm seeing out there, from the way he's handling himself on social media, he's anti-vaping. There's no anti-smoking information on his feed, only anti-vaping.
Right. So I'm looking at his feed, Vape Ross Vape. I kind of get where your anger's coming from. There's some interesting things on there. I don't feel like they're retweeting anti-vaping propaganda. I haven't seen him use the term epidemic or anything like that, or say anything overtly anti-vaping in the same way that I haven't seen him say anything overtly pro-smoking. I mean, you would kind of assume that if you don't know nicotine is suddenly going to
anti-smoking, there's plenty of anti-vaping propaganda that we fight every day.
Right, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the You Don't Know Nicotine Twitter, and you feel he has retweeted and supported anti-vaping efforts.
Right, he knows everything. He was in the community long enough to know what we're up against.
Yes,
the difference, the way we handle our business, and he's sending out, is it possible that New York Moms for Kiddos is one of the hardest working people on Twitter, which is just one of those soccer mom groups that put out anti-vaping propaganda without getting all the information.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, all people in the chat have to do is go look. Now, if I'm wrong, Nick. But I don't believe I am. I guess we'll have to wait till the movie comes out.
See, that's the joy of this Vape Ross Vape. We don't know yet. We can't possibly know yet. We just can't possibly know.
But if you look at his Twitter feed, it's definitely, in my opinion, and other people in the chat could take a look, it definitely appears to be anti-vaping.
Okay.
It's just something that gets a vapor's blood boiling.
Yeah.
Such things as, those poor kids that were vaping cannabis cartridges or whatever, and no mention of that. It's just vaping. It gets hit with the blanket of vaping. Our community's taken enough. We have big things coming up. We got to stick together and advocate so we can hopefully keep our hobby alive, help the next generation that's coming up. And so we don't need to be distracted by things like this, right? There's plenty of government officials to call. Mm-hmm. So on and so forth.
But
get Nick, you. I love you. I love your show.
I appreciate that, Vape Ross Vape. And look, I think we're going to do a follow-up show after the nicotine movie comes out. We can all come talk about it again. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome.
All right, Vape Ross Vape. Thank you so much for calling in, brother. Appreciate that.
Have a good one. Bye.
Appreciate that. You too, bro. All right. Wow. Good time. Good, interesting. You know what? I'm gonna look into this. I watched the entire Legion. What is it? The Legion Vaping Legion Network. I watched their whole expose on You Don't Know Nicotine and the things that they're accusing Aaron of doing. I don't know. I didn't follow them really for a lot of it. I feel like, granted, I don't really know the guys. I know the Reaper, okay. Like we've talked a few times. I feel like they may have done a lot of mental gymnastics to try to get to some of these conclusions that they're getting to. I put the link to the You Don't Know Nicotine Twitter feed as well as the trailer in the description of this video, and I put it in the chat as well. You guys can make up your own minds, maybe, if you want to go visit the You Don't Know Nicotine Twitter feed, see what they're tweeting and retweeting and the discussions being had over there. I think it's interesting. I think everybody should at least go watch the teaser trailer. I'm coming up on time here, but let me know in the chat. Give me 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you'd like to go another half hour, we'll take some more calls. Or we're going to just wrap this up at 3 o'clock. My time, at least. Yes, please. Is that a yes? Did I hear a yes? Plus, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Yes. Okay. Vapor 307's like, nope, 2. I'm out of here. All right, I'm going to do a few more calls. I got a call here in the 845 area code. The topic of discussion today is the You Don't Know Nicotine teaser / Twitter account. Area code 845. You're on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
You're speaking with Ryan.
Ryan, how are you, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute before. I had my. Yeah, I was on mute before.
No sweat. So, have you seen this teaser trailer?
Yes, and I was also the one that met with Aaron Bieber and Aaron Mills on Sunday for 3 hours.
Oh, very interesting. I had heard about that. How did that go? What? I don't even know what. I know you probably can't say a lot. What can you say about that experience?
No. The experience is a very. She's uneducated of the topic, but she's being a protective mom.
Yes, I kind of get that vibe from her as well.
I can't empathize fully because I'm not a parent.
Yes,
but I can understand because I know what my mom would do for me.
Yes.
But it was a 3-hour conversation. Aaron Bieber was kind of like moderating. I would ask her questions. Aaron Mills would respond, and I would pretty much refute it with knowledge. I saw the trailer, but my big thing is, my takeaway is, we're not seeing. If you look at A Billion Lives at the end credits, when it said the following groups would not talk to us.
Yes.
Who was listed?
I can't recall off the top of my head, but I have a feeling you can.
I can't call them off the top of my head, but you name them, they were anti-vaping.
Yeah, basically every anti-vaping,
right? Any anti-vaping group,
even non-anti-vaping groups like the American Lung Association and things, I believe, were listed at the end as well. That would have talked. Yes.
Yep. All the ABC groups.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to talk because it was A Billion Lives about ending smoking, and it was a pro-vaping movie.
Yes.
You know, and so for me, how do you get them to talk to you? You make the movie about nicotine, and you just ask questions.
Yeah.
And you stay neutral.
Yeah. Do you
now the feed, the Twitter feed?
Yeah.
Is another topic, but is he not getting them to talk to him?
He is. He's getting them to talk to him. He's getting people that I never thought would ever engage in the vape community, people like Aaron Mills, to engage and like have an actual discussion. How do you think?
I mean, she was willing to meet up.
Do you feel like that conversation was like a constructive, positive thing?
Absolutely. I want other callers to get in. So let's just talk. She wants to ban flavors. That's what Pave wants to do.
Yes, they've made that very clear.
She made it very clear.
Very clear.
And my point was basically, if you ban flavors, you close vape shops.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. We all close down if you ban flavors. And I asked her, I said, do you think, Scott Gottlieb admitted that vape shops are the number one people at IDing. We're adult only. You have to walk in, and we're very good about it because, as the previous callers mentioned, we don't want to lose our businesses.
Right.
If you ban flavors, you close vape shops. Who are the only places selling vapor products?
C-stores.
The people that you were telling me do not ID.
Yeah, the C-stores, the internet, the black market.
And well, the black market's funny. She showed me mango jewel pods that she purchased from the local C-stores in our area.
Mm-hmm.
She showed me them. They had French on them. They were Canadian. It's black market.
Black market.
I said, those are the only people that will now be selling vapor products, and you're going to take it away from the people that are best IDing.
Right, absolutely. That's a powerful statement right there.
So, and so you could see her kind of perk up and go, "Oh,
interesting."
You know, but I will say this. You know, she said, "I am for adults vaping." She watched A Billion Lives.
Did she comment on A Billion Lives?
She is for adults vaping.
She's for adults vaping.
Not too much. Not too much, but she said, I am for adults vaping. I want them to quit smoking. I lost someone close to me to COPD.
Yeah.
I just don't want kids vaping, which we can all agree on.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Well, damn it,
But
Ryan.
as for the trick,
look, I'm really
I believe
glad
the
you
trailer is brilliant.
Brilliant. I feel like
I believe the trailer is brilliant.
It's pretty brilliant. It's interesting.
And I think we're all going to be surprised by it.
I think we're going to be surprised by it too. I think it's interesting that even though we're all kind of acclimated to this like 2019 world of sensationalist headlines and like clickbait titles and clickbait videos, that when maybe they do it like as a purposeful thing, that it kind of gets misinterpreted. Because, and I think the reason that it gets misinterpreted is because we're all kind of very serious about it. Like, we actually give a shit about vaping, and we are ready to defend it at the drop of a hat. So when we see something like that, I think we all instantly go into like defense mode. Like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yep.
What are you doing? Like, we get very defensive.
Let's think about it. Who are the only people to watch A Billion Lies?
Vapors, mostly, I think.
Is that good for the public?
Probably not good for the public. Probably not good for his film in general.
Nope. And who watched? But then let's look at that CNBC special.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So many people watched it.
How many concerned parents watched that?
Yeah, mountains of concerned parents. Mountains.
Okay, so, and that's why I think the trailer's brilliant.
I definitely agree with you, Ryan. I 100% agree with you, Ryan. Listen, thank you so much for calling in.
I want you to get other callers.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm pumped you call in. Let's keep in touch. Just hit me up on an email or something like that, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. I'll talk at you later.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too, brother.
All right. Bye.
Excellent. Ryan. Wow, Ryan. That's a big deal. That's a big deal that I'm not sure was 100% public information. Ryan, well, like we said, he talked to Aaron Mills from over there on the Twitter. I think it's real. We got a caller in the 619 area code. Caller in the 619 area code. You're on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Hey, what up, man? It's John.
It's John. How you doing, John?
Yep. John from San Diego.
John from San Diego. Have you seen this teaser trailer from You Don't Know Nicotine?
Yeah, actually, I did last week after you talked about it on one of your other live streams.
Interesting.
I watched it.
What did you think of it?
And, I'd have to agree with what most people are saying. It's definitely good to get the information out there, and I think he's doing it in the right direction, because I actually saw an interview with him too on YouTube with another YouTuber, like the director spoke to this guy, they were talking about it, and it kind of made me think, like, he had the right intentions, or he has the right intentions, but at the same time, he can't like just pick sides. I feel like he's just got to remain neutral just to get the information out there and let kind of people like decide for themselves, like, is this going to be good, or is this going to be bad, or is it against vaping, not against vaping? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see it against vaping. I see it more as he just wants to get the information out there, which is obviously the best way to go about it, I think.
I think so too. I think as long as they remain true to the mission statement of, reporting the truth about nicotine. This is a movie about nicotine, and they're reporting what will hopefully be an unbiased, scientific documentary about nicotine.
Yeah, and I kind of felt like that after I saw this interview with him, this other guy. I don't remember what channel it was I saw, but I just remember seeing him, like, he was talking about it, and I was like, all right, this guy's pretty straightforward. I feel like he because at first when you see the trailer, it is kind of jarring. Like, it almost comes off as like semi-smear campaign-y, kind of, a little bit, like when he shows all the kids talking about it or whatever. But it's like everybody else is thinking too, it's like he's got to say that stuff so he can cater to like the people who might not necessarily watch it if they just think it's about just vaping, like, they'll be like, oh, it's just another vape documentary that they're just tooting their own horn over there, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, dude, it's like he wants to get everything out on the table, so it's like all exposed, like not just like parts of it,
Yeah. Yes, yes, very much. I very much agree with you. So before we go, are you going to see the movie when it comes out?
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, especially after I saw the interview with him, I was like, hey, this guy's, he knows what he's talking about. So I didn't see it as like what it was at first, yeah, it should be good. It should be good. I've been vaping for over 5 years now, so it's like I want to know too.
yeah, like,
absolutely. After I find out what was in cigarettes and I switched to vaping, and it's like, okay, like, what's up with nicotine? Let me know. I don't know all about it, but it's better to know It's better to know more than than everybody else too.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. It doesn't hurt to be armed with information.
Yeah, exactly. I always use that World College of Physicians thing. People, nobody, some people still haven't heard about that, and I'm like, they're doctors. They did studies.
Yes.
They're not good for you. Either is vaping, but if you'd rather vape or smoke, they think vaping's better. Obviously,
it's about harm reduction.
So, and some people are dumbfounded by that. They're like, oh, whoa, really? I'm like, you haven't heard about this?
Yeah.
But so it's good to get educated, and I feel like that this is definitely going to be a good one for us.
All right, good shit, John. Hey, well, appreciate you calling in. I'll talk at you later, John.
Yeah, it was good to talk to you.
Appreciate that, John. Let's do let's do another one. This got a little bit weird on me, but I'm going to go to this one. Caller in the 951 area code. You are on Wildcard Tuesday, Bro Tuesday. Who am I talking to?
Nick?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Nick, it's Matt Sinister.
Matt Sinister.
Hello?
Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Are you driving through a wind tunnel?
Can you hear me? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud. How are you? Have you seen this trailer?
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about this?
The teaser doesn't really give you much, just other than that people really don't know anything.
Yeah.
They hear the word nicotine and it's just immediate, oh, that's evil. That's bad. People are pretty inept.
Yeah, people.
They don't.
They hear the term nicotine and their brain is instantly flooded with all of their preconceived notions about what they think nicotine is. You that's kind of what you do when you hear anything. It's like if someone says the word meth, right? I don't know much about meth, but my brain instantly gets filled with all of what I think I know, all of my preconceived notions about what it is, when really I'm probably really wrong about a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like people that compare marijuana to heroin. But, there's so many examples out there that people just don't know what they're talking about. Jimmy Kimmel went out on the street and asked people do you prefer the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare? Everybody said they loved the Affordable Care Act and hated Obamacare.
Right, yeah.
So, right there, that just shows you people just don't pay attention.
And that's one of those...
They just hear the word Obama.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that is just the society, I guess, we're in of sensationalist headlines where you can read a headline on Facebook and not bother reading the article, but still feel like you got a good grasp of what's going on.
And unfortunately, that's the society we live in, where people are getting their news from Facebook and Instagram and just from seeing a picture, and then they'll tell people they did their research.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part of the way we live. But all we can do, us as vapors, and anyone just who wants to have a good education and what you're talking about, is do it on your own.
Yes.
The thing about vaping, people say that you've said it. We didn't have this when we were kids.
Right.
This is something new for kids.
Yeah.
We didn't have internet porn when we were kids.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with this, with my kids, and and with I hear this all the time because I work in a hospital. I recently just left working in a psychiatric hospital. I'm working at a much bigger hospital now. And I heard that constantly of, they're watching porn on their phones and on their laptops. And I'm like, I go, yeah, when we were kids, we were able to find a few magazines, and we had, occasionally found a VHS tape,
Yeah.
So it's the Wild West out there with, So I mean, if they didn't have vaping, they'd have cigarettes. They would be smoking cigarettes. Let's not kid ourselves to think that if they weren't vaping, they wouldn't be smoking cigarettes.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. I mean, I smoked cigarettes when I was 13 years old. If vaping had existed when I was 13, I probably would have tried vaping.
Yeah, I started smoking when I was 13, and I did not quit. I mean, I stopped here and off and on, depending on what I was doing athletically. During the downtimes I would smoke.
Yeah.
But I did not stop permanently until 2010.
Wow.
So I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and then I almost started again in 2016, but then thanks to vaping, I was able to curb that, and vaping has been there for me and probably saved my life.
Yeah, probably.
So,
probably did. It definitely did.
Yeah. So people really need to. First of all, when it comes to the whole teaser thing, just let's wait for the film. At least let's wait for the trailer.
Right, exactly. That's an excellent point.
More into it.
Yeah, let's at least wait for the trailer, maybe the full trailer. Maybe we have to wait until the movie before we can...
No, that caller a couple callers ago, he is right, though. I mean, this could completely backfire on us. I mean, we could come off looking like we're Satan after this,
we definitely...
I mean, who knows? But...
We definitely...
I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see. I worry about, you've said it yourself. I mean, we can DIY, we can make our own coils. Hobbyist vapors will always be able to vape. It's more about the people that are trying to quit smoking.
Yes.
That's the problem. I mean, one thing that no one's talked about when the 21 over in law started is it killed all the hookah lounges. Those businesses went belly up almost across the board when the 21 and over laws hit in a lot of different states.
Yeah.
Yeah, that killed a ton of businesses.
Yeah.
And so, it's unfortunate. But I don't put a lot of stock in what individual people say. I mean, 2/3 of the country still thinks that Noah's Ark actually happened. Okay. So I don't. I don't, but I am looking forward to the film, and thanks for taking my call, Nick.
Yeah.
I will see you at ECC.
All right, you will, Matt. I'll see you there. All right, Matt.
All right, brother.
Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate that calling in. I think Matt's going to be our last phone call of the evening. I apologize to everybody waiting in the phone call queue, but I'm certainly not going to be able to get through everybody, although I do appreciate you calling in. Thank you very much, everybody that called in on this test run of a show. I think this is going to be kick-ass. Tuesday Bro Tuesday is back. Wildcard Wednesday had a brief, it was like a brief reboot. It was like the DC universe, It was like 3 episodes and then 4 episodes and then that's it. And then we're like, what's with Superman's weird CGI mustache? Like, Wildcard Wednesday was the DC universe. Tuesday Bro Tuesday, we're bringing it back. Bringing it back to the Marvelverse. It's going to be a call-in show every week, and every week we're going to have a completely different topic to talk about. Grim, just take like 10 more calls. I wish I could. I wish I could. I just can't. I just can't right now, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this here up. I don't have any fancy bumpers or graphics or anything like that, so I'm just going to clear everybody out of the queue. I apologize, you guys, for waiting in there. Someone was waiting for 35 minutes. I'm terribly sorry. Might be able to get to you next week. But we're going to do it again. Next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Yes, next Tuesday, 2 p.m. We'll see you here for Tuesday Bro Tuesday, but that's all I got for today, everybody. I want to thank you so much for joining me here. No Noah's Ark. I know. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me again. I'll have a video out tomorrow, and then I will see you all Thursday for the vlog. We'll be here Thursday. Thank you so much. Nothing but love for you guys. Be excellent to each other. And no matter what, okay, wait, Chris Kennedy, I don't see any anti-smoking ads give kids smoke. Yes, you don't. You only see anti-vaping ads giving kids vaping. That's absolutely true. Anyway, that's what I got for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And no matter what anyone tells you, yeah, keep on vaping.